Gentleman of Style Show. I'm Raleigh Baldwin.
And I'm Terrence Creech. Today we got a great show for you. As we always promise something different, something nice. We wanted to take it out on the location a little bit and bring you some culinary delights.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, check this out. If I had a smell button on this camera right now.
I know, right?
Man. Anyway, hey, I'd like to pull in and introduce Chef Vaughn. Chef Vaughn, come on in.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Come on, brother. All right.
Yeah. Have a seat. Have a seat. Welcome to the Gentleman of Style Show.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. So let's start off. Biggest question I always ask: how did you know you were going to be the chef? How, a lot of people think they can cook.
Right. Right. They think they can cook, but they always kind of overdo it or underdo it. I mean, so how did you know? That's a good question.
It's honestly just something that came natural. It happened while I was in college at North Carolina NC, and I just said, hey, wanted to make some extra money, moved off campus, trying to be grown, and next thing you know, I started working in a restaurant, and it just really came natural, man. So much so that I sat out a semester just to see if it was something I wanted to do. Yeah, and then went back and knocked the rest of school out and then went to culinary school from there. But yeah, I would say it just came natural. So it was more than just money.
What was your major when you were at A&T?
Yeah, started out being accounting. Right. Then I was steered away from that.
Right.
And then marketing and ended up being business.
Okay.
All of which helped me with where I am now.
Right, because that was the question I was going to ask. Because a lot of times we go to school for one thing, but we find a passion for something else.
Right.
And so with you having, taken that, that direction and having marketing and business and accounting, so you know how to, to
sustain a business.
Right, sustain a business and move the food. So that's absolutely great.
But Chef Vaughn, you're not indigenous to North Carolina, so.
No. I'm originally from Yonkers, New York.
Okay.
And moved to North Carolina high school, where I met Fritz.
Yeah.
Mutual friend of ours, and went to A&T.
Oh, I know Fritz.
Who does?
Shout out to Fritz.
Shout out to Fritz Spence. Yeah, most definitely. Went to North Carolina A&T, and then after that, moved to Maryland and go to culinary school in DC, and back to New York, and now back to North Carolina. Yeah.
So, go ahead. No, I was going to ask you about your influences before you got to this point and kind of created your style of cooking.
Definitely, I would say, first, that semester that I sat out in school, I worked under a really, really good Cajun chef in Reedsville, right outside of Greensboro. Really good guy. Life wasn't necessarily in order, but he was good at what he did food-wise, and that was with Cajun. So then once I moved to DC, the first place I worked was Italian Mediterranean place. And they were really, really busy. It was there in Union Station, and that's pretty much where I learned all of my chops, all of my skills, especially in terms of volume and being able to handle volume. And then after that, hopped around a couple different places, chasing money, chasing opportunities, and then ended up being a chef at Planet Hollywood, Times Square. So that also helped me with volume, even though it was more of a, obviously, corporate brand thing. But again, that's helping me with where I am now, being able to see, the mom and pop, the large structure, and, understanding costs, how to make money, how to move product, all of that stuff, it just helped me in the long run. So yeah, I would say Cajun and Italian was definitely one of my first things that I wanted to do.
Let me ask you this. Me, I like to cook too. My skill level is probably not where your skill level is.
I've had your food, and I'm going to say no.
Okay, all right. Thank you. I appreciate it.
No disrespect. No disrespect to you.
Right. It felt like
but I've had this man's food, so you got, what I mean?
Like I said, I'm pretty sure I can smell it. I can taste it. I can tell it's nowhere on your level. Okay, but my question is this. Whenever I go to the grocery store, and I like going to the grocery store and shopping and getting, what I want, and put in my food when I cook it and everything. What is your preferred space? Because I would go into the farmer's market. It's just like, places like that. There's a place in Atlanta called Nine Day Moon. It's a farmer's market type setup. I mean, where they have like crazy variety of different stuff you haven't eaten.
Oh yeah, I've been to that place.
Yeah. Oh, you
place is awesome.
Yeah.
That place is amazing. Yes. I just honestly, at this point, I like to go in and have if this makes sense. The product kind of speak to me like, oh, I want to use rosemary today, so I go over there and the rosemary looks good and fresh. You know, I think people get way too caught up with what's in season and what's, you know, what just came off the boat or what have you. I really think you should let it speak to you to motivate. Oh, okay, yeah, I want to do steak today if you're eating red meat. You know how that goes these days.
Yeah, exactly.
Or, you know, turkey or seafood or what have you, but just playing around with different sorts of things instead of just staying, you know, in the same road all the time.
So do you have like, is your palate like, okay, like if I'm in the house, say if I'm moving some furniture or something like that, you know, you can visualize what it's gonna look like beforehand.
Yeah.
Does your palate allow you to, like, when you're looking at stuff, you can like, I guess, kind of taste it prior to it going there?
Oh yeah, all that food you guys have been smelling all day, I haven't tasted anything. Yeah, I mean, I know just from doing it for so many years,
right.
and putting a certain amount of flavor and love into it, and consistency with timing and volume and how much it's going to feed this many people. I know all of that. Right. So, you know, it's yeah, I think that I can see the end game before it starts.
Right.
You know, you know, whether it's at home making a simple dish, which is why I can, you know, I can make more than one thing at a time, you know. And I tell people all the time, if they want to get in the kitchen and want to be able to cook, just focus on 5 things. Even if it's just, say, 5 sides. Like, say, if someone invited you to a potluck, something at work or church or what have you, what do you think you can do and bring and represent you well? And you know you got that. You've been doing that for years.
Right. That's
somebody else's recipe that you follow, your auntie, your mother, whomever. I tell you, just focus on that 5 and then build from there.
Look, I got to reiterate this again. Once again, I wish there was a smell button on camera so y'all can like smell what's going on up in here right now. It's ridiculous.
It smells wonderful.
And honestly, to a certain extent, I don't even smell it.
You don't smell. You don't smell that.
I smell. The only reason why I smell the jerk and the curry is because it's something I don't normally do. So it comes through.
Okay.
But all the other stuff, you know.
Wow.
What's the signature Chef Vaughn dish? What's that thing that everybody keeps saying, hey, I need that. Can you get that? Can you get that? Make me this. What's that dish?
Probably the Vidalia seared salmon.
The what?
Vidalia seared salmon. So I take the salmon loin and rub it with herbs and spices and love.
Oh, okay.
And also Vidalia onion vinaigrette. So cook it pretty high and I sear it, and people who don't even like seafood say that it's awesome.
Right.
And I think it's got a lot of different factors, simple, but things that work, because salmon can be meat-like when done accordingly.
Right.
And at the same time, with the Vidalia onion vinaigrette, caramelizes, and it's sweet. So it's going to totally change the texture. You know what I mean? Of the salmon, of fish in general. So once they have it, it's just like, oh wow, I didn't even notice some salmon, or I don't usually like salmon or what have you. So that would definitely probably be the signature dish. That and the Asian barbecue chicken.
Asian barbecue chicken.
Yeah, people like that too.
That sounds
I mean, with 17 years of business, I mean, this is something I started doing from day one, and people just, you know.
So at what point did you know, okay, I want to do this on my own? A lot of times, as chefs, you want to make it to the, you know, the big dances. They say that the high-end restaurant, whereas, you know, you're the head chef and you're making all the decisions. At what point did you decide, hey, I want to be that guy, I want to be in business for me?
Well, you know, I'm nobody's spring chicken, so I like to call that part of my life was my former life.
Right.
Fresh out of college, you know, major city, you know, chasing the title, chasing money, the fame.
Right.
And it came, you know, in DC and New York, and it was great. But it wasn't really fulfilling. You know what I mean? If that makes sense. It was with my thing, it was talent. I had the talent and the creativity because it's a natural gift.
Right.
I just had to be honed in by a lot of chefs that I worked under, a lot of co-workers, whomever, learn how to work with different people, learn how to work with different ethnicities, you know, and get stuff from them as a young guy, and then be able to give out what I could and learn at the same time, because they saw a lot in me that I didn't see in myself. And then getting married and having a child, you know, just kind of changed your focus and thinking that's something I wanted to do. Still just continue to be a chef, but I had high aspirations. And a buddy of mine was like, you know what, you could get into catering. We do catering all the time. You could probably kill it down here. I was like, I don't know, man. I don't know if I want to do that. Even though I've been training for this my entire career.
Right.
You know? So yeah, I just decided, hey, move down, step out on faith, rest is history. That was clearly the way to go.
So okay, let's talk about the business behind the manager and everything. So when putting all of this together, and I saw how you moved this morning. I mean, it was just like it was like effortless too.
Right.
I mean, beyond that, I mean, if you had to tell someone something as far as from a business perspective of how to move or what you need to do, what type of advice would you offer them?
First of all, make sure that what they're doing is going to be sustained. You know, I mean, yeah, there's some different concepts, but mostly nothing is really new. You know, so do your homework, try to work under some people, listen to different folks, somebody older knows what they're doing, get some of those people in your corner, and get your business structure together. You know, I've been paying for tax issues that I didn't handle and structure the right way originally.
I totally understand.
So I've been hustling backwards.
Right.
So get all of that structure stuff in place first. Have a regular job and get your business that you're going to want to do. And that's another thing too. There are two different routes. You could be an entrepreneur and go full on, or you can just have an investment.
Right.
You need to know the difference.
Right. Right.
You know, because you can get in and it can only be you. And the entrepreneur mindset is not for everybody.
Correct.
You know, I might make $5 this week and $5,000 next week.
Correct.
You know, and how's that going to come in, and how's it going to sustain my livelihood and my responsibilities and all of that. So I would definitely say get your business structure together first. Get your dream. Get some people who are there, have been there, and who failed, and decide, and let that speak to you, and then water it, and then see where it goes.
There it is. You just heard it from Chef Vaughn.
That is absolutely
Take it for what it is.
Advice. And I also tell people, I spoke to some students over at St. Aug, totally goes against everything that people tell you and teach you, but I said, don't market yourself as a minority-owned business. Minorities will find you if you're good.
Absolutely.
They're going to find you, and they're going to find some way to support you. Money's green. It's not black or brown or Caucasian.
Absolutely.
You know?
Absolutely.
So, like me, I don't want to be, first of all, those days and aspirations of wanting to be the best chef are long gone. I already know I'm a great chef, and I handle my lane really, really well, and people call me, and that's a blessing, and I'm okay with that, and I sleep at night as a result. You want to be the best at something, just be the best at that. You know, understand and recognize exactly what your lane is, and don't try to be the best brown or black person at what you do. Just be great at what you do.
Right.
And do it well. People are gonna find you, man, and they're gonna support you.
I think that is truly great advice, just because of the fact that you're looking at the situation outside of culture.
You want to appeal to everybody.
Right. And I think that's where we lose situations and people, and really where we lose money, because we're focused on, you know, one particular culture and not realizing people, you know, will support you. I would always like to have, of course, like you said, your culture, your people, they'll find you if you're doing good business, or you have a great product. But other people want to, you know, love that product too.
Right.
Keep that in mind.
Give them that opportunity.
Right. Absolutely. Good. I mean, this has been a wonderful interview. We had a little time in the kitchen with Chef Vaughn, so.
All that'll be up in there.
Yeah, we got that all over there. So we really appreciate him letting us come in. He's got to get back to what he does best.
Yeah.
Be out there blessing people with them good eats. So.
Exactly. And check it out. Anytime you hear his name, you attach it to good taste.
Absolutely.
Because you know, here at the Gentleman of Style Show, there's no excuse for good taste.
Like the way you tied that back there.
Yeah.
Exactly. All the dots connected.
But before we get out of here, let people know where they can find you at, man. If they want to, you know, if they need a good caterer.
The full name is Urbana Catering Concepts. and www.urbana, URBANA, cateringnc.com. Phone number is 919-272-0936. And of course, we're on Instagram at Chef Vaughn, Facebook page, Urbana Catering. Yeah.
Outstanding.
So there you have no excuse.
No excuse.
No excuse.
Call early.
That's it. That's it. That's
All right,
it.
everybody, it's been a great show. We appreciate Chef Vaughn for stopping by on the Gentleman Style Show. And as he just said, we're out of here. You already gave us the tagline, so I guess that's it for
That's
us.
a wrap. Thank you, sir.
Appreciate you.
That's what's talking about.
Appreciate it. Might have done it once or twice.
Yeah.